After about 5 months of waiting, the last of the 9 Rothschild giraffes that were marooned by the rising waters of Lake Baringo on Longicharo Island have finally been rescued and floated to safety. The giraffes at the Ruko Conservancy were threatened by the flooding lake that depleted their grazing lands, forcing the animals to be translocated. Ruth Sarmoy has the details.
Five-month-old Noella delightfully bolted out of this barge hours after they were shipped from Longicharo Island onto the mainland. She was free at last. The situation was similar for Nkarikoni, who could not hide her joy once she was set free from the barge that facilitated her movement from a place that had doomed her future and that of her family, the Rothschild giraffe that is currently facing extinction. The two were the last of the 9 Rothschild giraffes to be rescued from the island after their home was marooned by waters. Their rescue was delayed because Nkarikoni had just given birth to Noella in December 2020 when the operations had begun. The unprecedented rise of water levels of the Rift Valley lakes, including Lake Baringo, had gradually marooned the Longicharo Island, which is part of the larger 44,000 hectares Ruko Conservancy. That endangered the lives of the giraffes as the waters consumed huge sections of the land, leaving little space where giraffes could forage for food.
So they've been residing in Longicharo. Initially it wasn't an island, but beginning 2012, 2013, there was an increase in water volume of Lake Baringo. And that's why Longicharo became an island. And the giraffe became now, there was less forage, the place of becoming so small.
The Conservancy was forced to supplement giraffe food as natural browse became scarce, and that too was costly. Before their translocation, rangers from the Conservancy worked to accustom the animals to the barge beforehand. In so doing, they left mangoes, the giraffe's favorite treat, on the barge so that the animals could get used to the idea of getting on and off the vessels voluntarily. On the day of translocation, the giraffes were dragged to make them immobile, their faces covered with a piece of cloth, and then guided to the vessel where they would be transported to the mainland.
We have like 17 kilometer square sanctuary. It's a bigger space for the 9 giraffes. So we anticipate like maybe in the near 2 to 3 years, giraffe will multiply. Like we can see the first giraffe which was translocated on that, you can see a very big changes in terms of body health. So we anticipate like maybe in the next 2 years, we'll have many more giraffes here.
Ruko Community Conservancy was registered in 2006 after the Ilchamus and Pokot communities sought an end to years of conflict, and they established a platform for collaborative governance, peace and conservation. Before then, the communities would fight for grazing land, and many resorted to killing the Rothschild giraffe and selling its byproduct.
Wakaona kulikuwa na giraffe wanaitwa Baringo giraffe ambayo ni Rothschild giraffe. Walikuwa hapo awali, ingawa wametoroka kutokana na vita. Watu walikuwa wanaua kwa sababu ya wengine wanakula nyama, wengine ni ngozi, wengine ni mkia. Ikawa wamepotea.
In 2011, KWS, in agreement with the community, reintroduced the Rothschild giraffe. As a result, all tourism earnings received from the Conservancy were shared between the two communities, with the Conservancy funding its operation with 40% of the funds. 9 years on, their lives were again put in danger by the rising water levels, forcing their translocation.
So community now are well prepared to protect the giraffe because one, it's a sign of symbol of peace for the two communities. Second, translocation of giraffe to the mainland will open up tourism opportunities in terms of having a lodge whereby the community can secure revenue.
In 2020, other animals and birds, including impalas, warthogs, and ostriches, were translocated. Ruko Community Conservancy is one of the 39 member community conservancies supported by Northern Rangelands Trust. Ruth Sarmoi, NTV.